The news that the Philadelphia 76ers held an explosive closed-door team meeting where Tyrese Maxey openly confronted Joel Embiid is the reality that has shattered the basketball world's expectations. While fans see Embiid as a perennial MVP candidate and the face of the process, the internal industry view is that of a franchise reaching its breaking point. The public often believes that a player of Embiid's stature, with a contract worth hundreds of millions of dollars, would be given an infinite leash by his organization. However, a series of 2024 and 2025 incidents, ranging from locker room altercations with reporters to consistent tardiness that has alienated his teammates, suggests that the process is no longer about winning, but about managing a superstar who has become a liability. We're going to dig into the financial receipts, the specific timeline of the locker room blowup, and the internal memos that explain why the Sixers leadership is reportedly exhausted by their franchise cornerstone. By the end of this video, we will answer 3 critical questions. Why did Tyrese Maxey, the youngest star on the roster, feel the need to call out the veteran MVP in front of the entire team? How has Embiid's knee management narrative cost the team over $300,000 in combined league fines? And what does the recent FBI investigation into wider NBA gambling scandals mean for the league's tolerance of suspicious player participation? Per the reporting from ESPN and NBA insiders on November 19, 2024, the narrative that the Sixers' abysmal 2-11 start was just about injuries has been debunked. The reality is far more damning for the Philadelphia organization. According to sources within the room during the post-game meeting in Miami, Maxey challenged Embiid about being late for everything, claiming it was destroying the team's morale and its culture. The plan today is to break down the timeline of this collapse and show you how the money and the stature are no longer enough to protect a player who refuses to lead by example. We have to look at the numbers. Embiid is currently on a 3-year, $193 million extension, yet his availability has become a joke within the industry. This disparity is causing a massive rift between the players who show up every day and the superstar who operates on his own clock. The second most shocking point in this investigation involves Embiid's physical altercation with the media. According to the NBA official report on November 5, 2024, Embiid was suspended for 3 games without pay for shoving a member of the press in the locker room. The reporter, Marcus Hayes, had written a column that mentioned Embiid's late brother and his son, which the star took as a deep personal insult. While many fans defended Embiid for protecting his family, the industry saw a player who had lost total control of his professionalism. The financial receipt for this outburst was a staggering $1.06 million in lost salary. This wasn't just a heated exchange, it was a physical breach of the NBA's mutual respect policy that signaled to the league that the 76ers star was cracking under the pressure of his own unfulfilled expectations. The payout here is the realization that the team's failure isn't just on the court, it's a fundamental breakdown of the professional standards that high-priced superstars are expected to uphold. The number one most shocking revelation is the inconsistent disclosure scandal that has cost the 76ers multiple fines totaling $300,000. Per the NBA's investigation concluded on December 3, 2025, the team was fined $100,000 for failing to accurately disclose Embiid's status before a game against the Atlanta Hawks. Embiid was listed as out, but then unexpectedly dressed and played. This followed a previous $100,000 fine in October 2024 for public statements by Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse that contradicted the official injury report. The league emphasized that accurate updates are required to protect the integrity of the game and the betting markets. While the team claimed he was sitting out for injury management, the league found they were intentionally misleading the public. This has created a giant red flag for the league office. In an era where the NBA is heavily partnered with legal gambling platforms, a superstar's mystery status is more than a team secret. It's a potential threat to the financial ecosystem, according to federal indictments released on October 23, 2025, involving other figures like Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. The FBI has been looking specifically at insider information regarding player availability. While Embiid has not been linked to criminal activity, his selective availability has put a target on the Sixers' back that the league can no longer ignore. Following that, we have to look at the specific details of the Maxey-Embiid confrontation. According to the Pat McAfee Show and ESPN reports on November 19, 2024, Maxey's move was seen as a desperate attempt to save a season that was spiraling toward the lottery. Maxey, though only 24, is viewed as the emotional leader of the team. When he told Embiid that his tardiness for practices and team flights was the elephant in the room, he wasn't just speaking for himself, he was speaking for a locker room that is tired of the double standards. Per the reports, Embiid accepted the message but expressed confusion over the team's actual on-court execution, essentially deflecting the blame onto head coach Nick Nurse. The payout here is that the 76ers hierarchy has effectively flipped. The process was designed to build around Embiid, but the reality of 2025 is that the team is now relying on a younger, more disciplined star to hold the veteran accountable. The fourth point involves the Big Three failure. The Sixers spent over $400 million to bring in Paul George to pair with Embiid and Maxey. Per the financial analysis of the 2025 season, that trio has played a shockingly low number of minutes together due to various injuries and load management strategies. The reality is the 76ers are paying for a championship-caliber roster but receiving G League results. When teams look at the receipts of George's and Embiid's contracts, they see a dim future where the team is capped out with aging stars who cannot stay on the floor. This has led to rumors that the front office may be forced to entertain a nuclear option, trading the very man who was once the face of the city. According to insiders, several teams have already performed due diligence on what an Embiid trade package would look like, and the results are not as high as Philadelphia would hope. The fifth body point explores the impact of head coach Nick Nurse. According to the same team meeting leaks from late 2024, players expressed confusion over Nurse's coaching methods and demanded more detail in their game plans. This suggests that the frustration in Philadelphia isn't just player to player, it's a systemic failure. When a superstar like Embiid is confused by the execution on the court, despite being a former MVP, it signals a total lack of alignment with the coaching staff. The payout here is that the 76ers are currently a rudderless ship, and no amount of process branding can hide the fact that the leadership has lost the locker room. The internal friction has reached such a level that the organization is reportedly looking at radical changes to its training staff and medical protocols just to appease the star's unpredictable schedule. The sixth point addresses the trade market Cold War. According to reports from the 2025 trade deadline, other Eastern Conference contenders are no longer afraid of a Joel Embiid-led team. The industry perception has shifted from Embiid being a dominant force to being a temporary hurdle. Because of his history of second-round exits and his increasing frequency of off-court drama, his trade value is arguably at its lowest point since he won the MVP. Teams are no longer willing to bet the house on a center who might not be available for the most important games of the year. The receipts of his postseason performances show a pattern of declining health and efficiency that makes him a buy-at-your-own-risk asset. Even with his massive production when healthy, the constant threat of a 3-game suspension or a last-minute injury scratch has made GMs across the league wary of his long-term viability. Finally, we look at the 2026 outlook. With the 76ers sitting near the bottom of the standings and tensions at an all-time high, the franchise is facing a choice. Do they continue to enable the star who brought them back to relevance, or do they cut ties before the ship sinks completely? Per a Hoops Wire report from March 2025, if Embiid isn't playing regularly by February 2026, the Sixers could actually petition for a medical retirement to remove his salary from the books. The cost of his mistakes isn't just measured in technical fouls or media fines, it's measured in the total loss of a decade of rebuilding. The industry is is watching to see if Embiid can rehabilitate his image as a professional leader or if he will go down as the most talented what-if in the history of the sport. In summary, the fall of the Philadelphia 76ers and the collapse of the Joel Embiid narrative is a masterclass in how a lack of accountability can dismantle a championship-caliber team. We've seen the receipts of the $300,000 fines, the timeline of the locker room blow-ups, and the chilling reality that the process has officially stalled. This isn't just about a bad start to a season, it's about a total breakdown of the relationship between a superstar and his organization. The insider takeaway is that talent can start a process, but only professionalism can finish it. The Sixers are currently stuck with an MVP who can't stay on time and a team that can't stay in the win column. If you want to understand how the business of superstar management really works and why certain franchises are doomed to repeat their mistakes, you need to see the full picture. For more on the hidden secrets and power plays of the basketball industry, you need to check out our Court Vision Rope Industry Secrets playlist.